we here at WUSA 9 are keeping you informed about the key issues and the races that will impact the DMV. Voters in Maryland will not only cast their vote in the presidential contest, but they will make their selection for U.S. Senate and all 8 U.S. House seats, plus a big constitutional question. It's a lot to think about. Our Jacqueline Quinn joins us now to break everything down for us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. A lot to think about, but these are our leaders that are going to be leading the way, essentially. So the race we've been hearing the most about is Ben Cardin's seat in the U.S. Senate. Cardin was first elected to this office in 2006 and has announced he is retiring from the upper chamber. The top contenders in polls, Larry Hogan, you can see here, Maryland's former Republican governor, and Angela Alsobrooks, the current Democratic county executive from Prince George's County. Now, this race could swing the balance of power in the U.S. Senate. Alsobrooks was first elected as Prince George's County executive in 2018. Before that, she was the county state's attorney for 8 years. Now, Larry Hogan has the distinction of being a Republican that has been elected as governor in a blue state twice there in Maryland. Now, abortion rights has been one of the pivotal campaign issues.
Larry Hogan has a record. We know, for example, that he is not pro-choice, that he vetoed really important abortion care legislation that would have expanded abortion care in the state of Maryland.
To the women of Maryland, you have my word that I will continue to protect your right to make your own reproductive health decisions, just like I did for 8 years.
We also have Mike Scott, a strategic planner and Air Force veteran out of Bowie. He is also running for the seat as a Libertarian. Now, while all 8 House seats are up for grabs, Maryland's 6th congressional district is considered to be the most competitive. It's an open seat because current office holder David Trone gave up the office to run for U.S. Senate. He lost in the Democratic primary to Angela Alsobrooks. Now, part of what makes this race so competitive is the geography. It includes a portion of Democratic-leaning Montgomery County and some more conservative-leaning western counties. And on the Democratic side, April McClain Delaney is hoping to capture the seat that her husband, John Delaney, also once held. Ms. Delaney is an attorney and former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Communications and Information at the U.S. Department of Commerce. She also funded a nonprofit focused on children's television programming and online safety. Recently, on WUSA 9 News at 4, Delaney talked about some issues she wants to tackle.
You know, re-upping the child care tax credit, very important to put money back into hardworking families, to build on some of the drug affordability in terms of, you know, negotiating on drug prices and really looking at how we can make health care more affordable. Really looking at, you know, cutting red tape and zoning and permitting and working with local authorities and how we can have higher density, you know, more affordable housing. And then even looking at ways of subsidies in terms of affordable housing as well. But good paying jobs are really important.
That's the Democratic side. On the Republican side, Neil Parrott is no stranger to voters. He ran for this office twice before in 2020 and 2022. Parrott also served 3 terms in the Maryland House of Delegates. An engineer by trade, he has worked as a traffic engineer at the Maryland State Highway Administration. And a few weeks ago, he talked with our Simone D'Alba about the budget, both federally and on the home front.
We need to balance the budget in D.C. You know, both parties have borrowed money and done things that have gotten us into really a financial bad shape. You know, the interest on the debt, if you take the entire military spending and Medicare, you add those together, that's more, the interest on the debt is more than both of those expenses. We're spending too much money. You look at the cost of groceries, it's gone up 25%, electricity 30%. People can't get loans for houses because the interest rates are too high, and that continues to this day. So people have major concerns.
Now let's talk about ballot questions. The biggie here is question 1. Abortion is legal in Maryland, but if passed, question 1 will codify reproductive rights into the state constitution. On the county level, there's a question A on the Montgomery County ballot. If passed, it would change the current term limit for the county executive from 3 consecutive terms to 2. Those for this say it's better for good governance, while those opposed say it interrupts work and long-term planning. And over in Prince George's County, there will be a special election to fill former Councilman Mel Franklin's at-large seat on the council. Franklin resigned from the position in June. He later pled guilty to embezzlement and is awaiting sentencing. Current council chair and Ward 5 Councilmember Jolene Ivey is up against Michael Riker, who has a law enforcement background. Now, we know this is a lot, and there are so many other races and ballot issues. You can find more info on our website, as well as a special we have up right now on our streaming channel, WUSA 9 Plus Wisdom.
All right, Jacqueline Quinn, thank you very much.